Welcome to another episode of Today in History. And we're going to be doing April the 10th, all the way through history from year to year. On April the 10th, 837, the year 837, Halley's Comet came within 0.0334 AU of Earth. Wow. Now, can you imagine the fear back then, especially with the little that they knew about comets and outer space and stuff like that? Or did they know a lot about outer space? Or was it some kind of fantasy or fantastic place, seeing that no man has been there? Of course, there's also some conspiracy theory or some theories that we are descendants of aliens. So they probably was like, oh, they're coming back. I don't know, but I'm just being silly. I saw something today where somebody was explaining the Bible, but putting it in the sense of it's aliens that wrote the Bible, because the Bible was saying we instead of I, and they instead of us, something to that effect. But you know, that must have been a sight to see how close that comet came to Earth. I wonder if it messed with the weather and stuff, you know. That would be interesting to know. On to the next one. In 1633, on April the 10th, the first bananas went on sale in London at Thomas Johnson's shop. That's not too long ago, and that's crazy to think that that was when the first bananas went on sale there. I wonder when the first bananas went on sale in America. Was it before the slave trade or after the slave trade? Because, you know, the Native Americans, they traveled down through that way now, you know. Of course, they couldn't bring it back with them because they traveled in by boat. So it has to be after the slave trade. But in London, it was 1633. That's a long time ago. Can you imagine the marvel? Was it a delicacy for the rich, since this was something exotic and not seen before? You know, was it expensive? You know, oh, an expensive imported fruit from, could be Africa, more than likely the Caribbean. No, Africa. No, the Caribbean. But wait a minute, though. Yeah, that's weird. You know, it could be India too. It's one of those places, but you know, it's kind of interesting because, like, for instance, when on the island where I'm from, we only got apples once a year, and it was Christmas time. You know what I mean? So it was a novelty to us. It was kind of exotic to us because we didn't have it year round. They have it year round now on the island. You know, we caught up with the times. But when I was growing up, once a year Christmas. So when Christmas rolled around, the house smelled like apples. On to the next one. And this one here was the eruption of Mount Tambora in Dutch East Indies. It was one of the most powerful eruptions in history, killing over 71,000 people and causing a global volcanic mist or winter. Can you imagine that? And it was what, 1815, another time when, you know, a lot of things weren't explained, and they probably, you know, still believe in the gods being the volcanoes and the earth and everything is all as one, you know what I mean? And then the winter that came, and it was a global winter, that was pretty crazy. I know there was another, something happened in history too, where for 6 months it caused like the sun not to shine down on anything, killing all the plants and stuff like that, and sending it into turmoil. I'll have to look that one up. But once again, there is another event in history. On to the next one. What happened in 1896? The first Olympic marathon was won by Spiridon Lois of Greece in Athens. The last lap was ran with Constantine I. He escorted him in. And that's kind of cool, you know what I mean? We all know that that's pretty much where the Olympics originated from. And Constantine the First came out and ran with him the last few years. Of course, he was from Greece, so it was probably a lot of naturalistic fervor. A Greek guy. He has won the Olympic marathon. The thing about the Olympics, man, it used to be like I remember when our people went to the Olympics back then, which was very few. We didn't have that much resources to send people, but when they did go, it was like you were an ambassador to the country, you know what I mean? And it used to be that people wear their national outfits, like their traditional wear and stuff. That, as far as I remember, I used to watch it on the TV and things. So that's what it was supposed to be. And yes, of course, it was about competition too. Don't get me wrong, but people would be friendly and getting along and talking and stuff like that. And when was it? When those people took hostages and stuff. I can't remember what year it was. They took some Israeli athletes hostage and stuff like that, and I don't remember. I think it was in the 70s. Was it 76? There was a movie made about that. You ought to check it out. Was it The Day in Turby or something like that? Man, I haven't thought about that movie in a long time, but that was a really good movie. But the Olympics is usually camaraderie, even if you're from different countries and stuff like that. It might be like that now, but I think the media sort of put forth the political side of it, and they also put forth the vicious competitions, and nobody liked the larger countries because they have all the greatest athletes and stuff. It would be nice if somebody just did a video of how the athletes get along in the place, you know what I mean? That would be nice. On to the next one. On this day in 1941, April the 10th, Croatia, led by, I want to pronounce this right, Ante Pavelic, established a German state. Now, in Croatia, they called it a fascist German state. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy how all these countries in that region was involved in the two great wars. You know what I mean? It kind of started there, and wow, that is crazy. And even today, every once in a while, there's upheavals there. You know what I mean? If only we could just get along. Stop trying to take each other's stuff. Stop trying to, prove who is right and who is wrong, or who's got the right history. And, the point is, we're here now. Let's just get along. I was talking to a friend of mine just now, and we were talking about, it seems like nothing is like just fun anymore. I don't know if we've gotten older or we understand the world better. So we're seeing it, the shades are off. And for people who think a lot like me, I'm an overthinker, that is a detrimental thing. And for someone, me and my buddy, Scott Hall is his name, he lives in Virginia now, we strive to be good people. And good people, we don't get no respect, not in this culture. Not in this culture. So, that's 6 historic events that happened on April the 10th. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and you all come back for more. You all dig? Take care.